Greetings, I'm the Guardian's Peter Bradshaw, and welcome along once again to this channel, providing the tea-lift of criticism in the Dallas Cowboys cheerleading display of cultural discourse. And once again, I have to remind you to press your grimy thumbprint on the subscribe button and leave a comment. And now it's time once again for that lovely moment of chancing upon a filmic diamond in the digital rough. Yes, it's Serendipity Corner. I have been revisiting a classic of film history, Donald Bogle's Bright Boulevard's Bold Dreams, the story of Black Hollywood, in which Bogle recounts the often marginalised or erased story of Black Hollywood, how from the days of early cinema right through the golden age in the studio system there was effectively a thriving parallel industry of black movies and black stars and a black movie culture in Los Angeles, forgotten about by the mainstream white Hollywood narratives. And one of the most important issues of the day in the 1940s was the urgent subject of passing, that is, light-skinned black people passing themselves off as white. The subject arises in the movies Imitation of Life, both in the 1934 version by John M. Stahl and the 1954 version by Douglas Sirk, and in Elia Kazan's Pinky from 1949, and perhaps most fascinatingly, even bizarrely, by the 1949 film Lost Boundaries, based on a true story published in Reader's Digest just 2 years previously, and which revealed the truth about a supposedly white doctor's family living in a blandly prosperous small town in New Hampshire, who are revealed to be black and passing. The film has what perhaps amounts to now as cult status in that the doctor, Scott Carter, his wife Marcia, their daughter Shelley and their son Richard, the children incidentally not knowing the truth, are all played by white actors. Mel Ferrer in his movie debut as a leading man, Beatrice Pearson, Susan Douglas, and Richard Hilton. In fact, the passing character in Elia Kazan's Pinky is also played by a white actress. Dr. Carter is an outstanding and much-loved family doctor who is given a job that he never would have got if he had been open about his origins, although the truth is revealed when World War II breaks out and both father and son attempt to enlist in the Navy, which is forbidden to black people. Dr. Carter himself encounters out-and-out racism in the film only twice, once from his daughter, who uses an odious slur about a black friend of her brother, and then again in a wartime blood donor clinic.
Dr. Carter, may I see you a moment?
Excuse me, John.
What should I do with this, Doctor? I can't ship it with the others.
What's wrong with it?
It came from somebody's chauffeur, and he's as black as your hat. We couldn't refuse him, but of course we can't mix his with the white plasma.
And why can't we, Miss Richmond?
Well, they certainly wouldn't do it where I come from.
We do it here.
There'll be criticism if I do.
There'll be worse if you don't. Some fighting man may lose his life because of this, Miss Richmond.
In many ways, Lost Boundaries, about an entire family living a lie, though a lie forced on them by a racist society, is something to compare with Elia Kazan's Gentleman's Agreement, about a journalist who investigates anti-Semitism by pretending to be Jewish, to see how people treat him, all the subtle and not so subtle slights. But perhaps Lost Boundaries is, in its way, more radical and more far-reaching than that. It's about people pretending, if that's precisely what they're doing, for 20 years. And the film itself is a very heartfelt and forthright movie about hometown values, almost like something by Frank Capra. And that casting, should we call it whiteface casting? How should we think of it now? In some ways, it's entirely cringeworthy, of course, and indicative of the way earnest, liberal white Hollywood of the day saw the whole subject of black aspiration as a matter of passing, of wanting to be white. If Lost Boundaries were to be released now, as a new film, the casting might be regarded as an elaborate piece of satire or expressionism, or as a way of confronting the debatable essentialism. If you look white, if your skin is white, if you can reproduce the cultural and societal mannerisms of whiteness, which the Carter children do, of course, effortlessly, well, then you're white, aren't you? The phrase passing has now been superseded by identifying as, perhaps. What and where exactly are these boundaries, and in what sense have they been lost? The film can be streamed for free right now on YouTube. And that's it. Please give this vlog a like and a share. Please subscribe and leave a comment. And please don't make me say it. All right, then I'll say it. Please buy my book, The Body in the Mobile Library and Other Stories. Details given below. See you next time.